Alrighty, boom, welcome back, you guys. Sorry for the hiatus. I actually was finishing finals. I'm getting ready to move into a new apartment. And so I took a little took a little break from trading. I'm back. Had an absolute banger of a trade today. I know you guys can already see it up here. For some reason, I'm still having the same problems. Trade of 8 takes away their executions after market close. So I need to start doing them right after they happen. However, let's just break into it. So I've been trading a 1 hour CRT model, candle range theory, if you guys don't know what that is. And let's break it down. So we always start, as you know, on the daily time frame. And my first draw was going to be actually this daily fair value gap, but since we ended up tapping into this during London, I was expecting the reversal back to London lows. So all I'm looking for here, and we have this daily fair value gap right here, as our take profit for today. So hourly, if you don't know how candle range theory works, wait for candle to put in, we manipulate high volume on the way down, and we wait for this candle close. This is actually the 4 a.m. candle. So at around 5, we actually popped on down to the 15-minute. Now, on the 15-minute, we have to wait, like I said, for that 4-hour candle to close. So you see how here at the price, it's now 5 a.m. Now we're looking for a trade. And the way my model works is any fair value gap we pull back into, A, or B, any fair value gap we inverse. Now, I actually wasn't awake when we inversed this trade. I was still asleep. However, let's do this. Make this. Alright, there we go. So we can see constant encroachment. To take this inversion, right, because we closed below it right here, I would have probably just taken this trade like this as an inversion fair value gap. It also works, though, off any pullback. So as you see, we make this 15-minute fair value gap on top of this 15-minute inversion. Now all I like to do, came down on the one, once we retrace into this fair value gap, simple constant encroachment, internal manipulation, and as I said, any inversion, any fair value gap we run through is how this trade works. And there you are. Now, let's be very clear. Oops, I did not hold this all the way down. This was what I wish I would have traded. Are you kidding me? I made $1 trillion. Instead, the actual trade I took down into this 1 hour fair value gap. Right here. And I was a little scared actually holding it down to here because I thought there was a really high chance that we tapped into this and went higher. So if you look at this on the 1 minute chart, how this actually plays out is like this. Right, we get our internal manipulation, we inverse, I put my stops above these highs right here, and I targeted this fair value gap. There we are. Now I was trading MNQ on this, and so I only made around $1,600, and I have that screenshot on my TikTok at SB Trading. I have the screenshot. I can't pull it up now, but I do have that on my TikTok. Now, I went in with 5 contracts. I ended up chopping a few once we hit this first fair value gap, just so I could secure some profits. So once we ran into this fair value gap with this hourly candle close, I trimmed 7 out of my 10 contracts. Now I sold the last 3 right down here, and of course, yep, it'll say account summary, P&L 0, all this. Great, of course it does. Yeah, of course it does. Now these are evals I'm looking to repass. I blew my funded accounts after getting my last payout. So I am repassing all of these. So I made 1,600, as you can see, or 1,700, my bad. I was at 50,000 on this account. This one is at 52. This one is at 50. I tried trading Asia session, things got ugly. Now I'm gonna try and post a trade recap every single day from this point forward. Now, the thing I want to bring out that is really important is we also had a 15-minute change in the state. So the reason why this is important is it coincides with market open. This is right around 6:15. Yeah, this is when market's going to open. So that's really important. London and the way this candle range theory works is you have to wait for the manipulation, and this is all time based. The thing that took my trading to the next level was realizing that you can find setups at any time of the day, but the other times of the days are actually more profitable. So this right here, see how smooth this is? This is London highs right here. So when you see this wick and this downward momentum along with the change in the state, and we have unmitigated fair value gaps from, this is Nvidia. This was all stirred by Nvidia. If you don't think we're coming back to at least equilibrium of the range, you've lost your mind. And if you look here, my final take profit was equilibrium of the range coincided with this 1 hour fair value gap. Now I'm going to provide the link to my free Discord here in the bio. It's free, you guys. I used to charge and it was great, but with the inconsistency in my trading, I moved it back to free, and I want to create a community, a place where new traders, experienced traders, people like myself making 5 figures a month, people who just start out. I mean, I have an individual who joined my Discord today and didn't know what paper trading was, didn't know what TradingView was. I'm happy to help all of you guys out, right? I was there at one point in my life as well. And yes, I want to make money. Yes, I want to be profitable. Yes, I want to have a paid Discord, all this. But what's really important to me is giving back. I had a mentor at one time who charged me nothing to get started, and I believe in good karma and passing that on forward. So let's just do a quick review on where I think the market is going tomorrow. On the daily time frame, we are tapping into this daily fair value gap. Oops. So what I want to see tomorrow, depending on how Asia looks, is some type of something like this, some type of internal manipulation around CE of this daily fair value gap. Then I want to see, like we got here, I want to see a 15-minute change in the state, and any fair value gap that it retraces into, we're going long, and I'll probably do the same thing I did today. We're going to look at equilibrium of the range coinciding with this 1 hour fair value gap. Now, depending on where London moves, there's a big chance we end up back in this area by the time market opens. So with that being said, I could see this being covered overnight. Market opens, we pop into this fair value gap, retrace into, like I said, you don't have to get this right as it happens, but into this fair value gap, and we can take this back to highs. Because looking at the daily profile, I mean, I believe we're due to come back here. Relative equal high, all-time highs. We have a few things to be worried about. This daily, I know, is in fact overlapped with a weekly. Here we go. Which we're trading in right now, which is why I was actually bearish going into the day today. But looking on 1 hour, I mean, we filled this, right? We're back, right? 1 hour change in the state. We're back in this uptrend. This was just to reconcile what happened overnight with Nvidia, and I do believe we're pushing higher. Depending on news and all of this, I know Trump's been getting some pushback on tariffs, so that is something to watch out for. I'll keep you guys posted, and it's good to be back, you guys. See you later.